Number 2. Okay, this question is, how do I remove dairy, gluten, and sugar from my diet? So this is a super common question. I get asked it all the time, so it's fantastic that we're finally doing a video on it. Real food. This is the biggest mind change that we need to go through. So I found out I was gluten intolerant when I was about 15. And back then, real food wasn't really a thing. Well, it kind of was, but it wasn't a concept we thought about. So I went about trying to replace everything that I ate normally with gluten-free products. So bread with gluten-free bread, pasta with gluten-free pasta. Now, when I was 15 years old, oh my word, the products were terrible. These days, unfortunately, there are loads and loads and loads and loads of very beautifully tasting gluten-free products. However, they are still not real food. They are still processed, big time. So what we need to start to get our head around is, do we need the gluten fillers? Generally, they're always fillers. So they're things like bread, they're things like wraps, they're things like pasta. Do we need them? Can we actually just use real food in place of them? So in regards to a wrap, for example, why are you having the wrap? Is it a convenience thing? Do you need something to hold in your hand? Can you just make the wrap a salad? Can you put it in a bowl and eat it with a fork, or maybe even with your fingers? So toast is a common one. So I put my avocado on my toast. I put my whatever on my toast. Okay, cool. Can you replace the toast with something that is more nutrient dense? Does avocado need to go on toast? Can you just eat the avocado? So we're just trying to change our brain in regards to how we think about food and what we can replace the fillers with. You can get beautiful gluten-free bread. Get one that's high nutrients if you're going to go down that track. So get one full of nuts and seeds. Make your own. Try something like that. Wraps, you can get gluten-free wraps too. Just be aware they're fully processed. So can you go without the wrap? Can you make it a salad? When it comes to sugar, now sugar is highly addictive. It's in everything that's processed. Everything. Every single thing. It's very hard to find actually anything that is processed that doesn't have sugar. It's an important part of the food industry. So because they need us to kind of stay addicted to this stuff, so they put sugar in it, and it's important for taste. And when we eat a lot of sugar, our taste buds get dulled down, so we need more and more sugar to get any form of taste. Now, what you'll find from this challenge, and we're in the thick of it now, your taste buds will have changed. If you have been sugar-free this entire time, when you go back and eat something sugary, it is going to taste insanely sweet. The cool thing about taste buds, in 2 weeks, you have got an entire new set. Now, this can be cool in many ways. So, one, in 2 weeks of not eating sugar, you've got an entire new set of taste buds. So when you go back to eating sugar, it's going to taste insane, which will mean that you will downregulate your sugar intake anyway because it's overpowering, it's too much. But the other cool thing is, if there's a food that you don't really like the taste of, if you just stick at it for 2 entire weeks, you will, because your taste buds would have completely changed by that stage and you will like that food. So it's a cool thing to introduce when there's a food that you don't necessarily like the taste of, but you would like to. It's good for you, you want to eat it. It's also great when you go off sugar or off dairy or off gluten and you go, oh, I'm going to try something now, I'm going to try it again, and all of a sudden it tastes nothing like you remember. I have that come up. I used to be addicted to things like toffee puffs, Mellow Puffs, all of those mince slices. I used to be addicted to those about 10 years ago, and it's funny, if I ever have one these days, it tastes like plastic. So I don't eat them. They don't interest me at all anymore because they taste like plastic. So there we go. What we're trying to achieve here is we're just changing our thoughts and feelings around what we need to eat. It's generally a convenience factor when it comes to gluten, dairy, and sugar. Can we replace it with a real food? Now, what is a real food? A real food is anything that is named itself. So broccoli is broccoli, lamb is lamb, carrot is a carrot, spinach is spinach, tomato sauce, nope. Pasta, I don't know. So we're going to go with anything olive oil, made from olives. Anything that food is named after itself, that is real food, so go with that first. And then the dairy thing. Now, the one thing to think about when it comes to dairy is human beings are the only mammal in the entire world that eat milk, one, after infancy, and two, someone else's milk. So I'll leave you to sit on that. But there are loads of milk alternatives these days. And do you need them? That's the first question. Do you need the milk alternative? Can you go milk free? Otherwise, we've got almond. That is literally just nuts soaked in water. So it's just white water. Brilliant. Maybe a few little nutrients in there, but white water. We've got coconut milk. That's got a few more nutrients than almond because it's got a few more fats and things in there. We've got rice milk. That's slightly higher in carbohydrate. It's okay too. It's all right. It's dairy free. And so, yeah, you've got loads of milk alternatives. But do you need milk? That's why I drink espressos. I don't need milk anymore. I literally don't use milk in anything I have. Protein shakes, water. Change the taste buds after 2 weeks. It tastes delicious. There you go. We've got another one. I hope that's helpful. Enjoy.